So good morning. I'm going to turn these lights down just a tad. Well, hi, RD. So I'm made a whirlwind trip to Colorado for this extended family reunion. And then we're having the immediate family reunion here in 2 weeks. So lots of togetherness, but it was really, really fun. I just love being in the mountains. It's so beautiful and so refreshing. The air was not humid there and cool. So it was a shock coming back to this, but what strikes me is, the mountains are so beautiful, like in the morning and in the late afternoon when you see the shadows on them. So there's parts that are really lit up and parts that are dark. And that's when it's the most beautiful, when you see all the light and the dark. And I think people are kind of like that too. We want to be all light and all positive and all perfect, but it's really, oh, Artie came down. Wow. You came down those steps, you brave girl. It's the first time you've been down here. Come here. I think she missed me. There she is. But anyway, people aren't interesting and aren't beautiful unless they've lived through some darkness. And I think if you think about that, you'll know that that's true with yourself, that you wouldn't be nearly as interesting if you didn't have the dark sides along with the light sides. That's okay. So let's just sit and breathe for a moment. I did teach a yoga class out there outside to some of my relatives that are into yoga. And we sat and we closed our eyes, and there were the most beautiful sounding birds as we sat and breathed. So hopefully you can be somewhere where you feel some beautiful noise. Or maybe you can just imagine it. Feel your spine grow nice and tall. But don't be rigid. Imagine you're growing up towards the light. But you cast some shadows too. We all do. We have to accept every part of ourselves, embrace every part of ourselves. When we do, we become that authentic soul. And please bring hands to heart center. May we learn to appreciate both the light and the darkness in ourselves. We learn to appreciate that about others. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. And we're going to start, sorry, Connie's allergic to cats and Artie's all over. Yeah, I told you she's my yoga cat. So let's start in downward facing dog. So just kind of take your time setting up, feeling the good alignment and making your way to down dog. Just bend one knee and the other. You're so proud of yourself for coming out, aren't you, Artie? Maybe sway your hips side to side a little bit. We're going to work on side body today. So just notice how one side scrunches as you sway your heels side to side. One side kind of expands. And then go ahead and lower your knees to all fours. So make sure the knees are underneath the hands. And extend your right leg off to the side. And try and get the foot down and feel the inner thigh. If you press it down, feel the knee. So feel your spine nice and set and long. And then maybe move forward and back a little bit to see what all you've experienced. I'm feeling it on the top of my shin. I'm feeling it the inside of my thigh. And then if you need to pause in a certain place to get a little more good stretch juju there, you can. And then go pause in the middle so you have the flat back, and then just step that foot to the outside of your hand. Turn the toes out slightly. You might have to move your right knee or your left knee back a little bit. And just experience that for a moment. Nice long spine. And then if you're feeling really stretchy this morning, you can lower your elbows, but don't round your low back. Just think huggy, knee to heel, heel to knee. Just opening up slowly. Give it 2 more breaths. She's giving you love, good. And then come on up. She used to do this all the time when we did it in the other room. And stretch your legs straight back and come on the ball of your foot and just stretch through your calf. Just take time to make sure all the toes are straight ahead. If you press the ball of the foot down and then stretch, you're not going to over stretch. Trying to lift the arch there. And then pick that foot up, bring it all the way off to the side, to your left side. Feel a little stretch in the outer hip. Think hips are square, nice, long, set spine, and then twist and look at your foot, or Artie, whichever, she's licking your feet. I think she was really lonesome. Laura's a cat lover, so I'm sure she's appreciating this. Good, and then come on in. And we'll switch sides. So left leg off to the side. Move, Artie, move. Come here. My foot's in line with my knee. That's probably a good place to start. I'm trying to lift the arch up. Keep the hips square. The left hip and the right hip are square to the floor. The right knee and the right hip are right above each other. And just moving forward and back to see what sensations, where you need more stretch. And then moving your hands forward a little bit. I think that's the easier way. Just step that foot to the outside of your hand. Turn the toes out if you need to. Stretch into it. If you want more stretch, you can always lower down or even lower to one elbow. Or you can use blocks. Forgot to say that part. Blocks are always a good arm extension. Take a few breaths. If we can learn to appreciate the tight parts of us and the loose parts of us too. Not just light and dark, but tight and loose. Ooh, I'm feeling tight. Lots of hiking and stuff like that in Colorado. Riding around in the mountains. Okay, and come on out. Swing that foot straight behind you. Lift the heel high. And stretch through the calf. Try to keep the arch lifted. Feels like a lot safer stretch. You feel the Achilles. Good, and then pick it up, bring it all the way to the outside. Stay on the ball of your foot. Keep your hips square, nice long spine. And then scrunch up the right side of your body and lengthen the left side to twist and look at the foot. You're thinking rib cage back. Use those side muscles. It works really well. Good, and then please unwind and come back to downward facing dog. So you'll probably have to move your hands forward a little bit. Take your time. Through the finger mounds, fingertips, so you're not just dumping in the wrist. Feel the connection of the rib cage back, shoulders back, all parts of the legs. And then go ahead and take a child's pose. Stretch your feet long. Already you move. This is honestly the first time she's ever come down those steps. For those of you that haven't been here, it's a spiral staircase, so there's open holes between them, and the animals usually don't like that. So keep your arms full length, come up on fingertips, and just walk your hands to the right and feel a nice stretch in the left side body. So you can even sway your hips to the left a little bit. Feel it all the way up and down from the shoulder all the way to the hip. And then switch sides. And then coming back to center, plant your hands, make your way to downward facing dog again. And just step your feet 1 foot width forward. Make sure they're hip distance apart. You're gonna have to bend your knees. And then pick up your right hand, bring it to the outside of your left shin. And stretch that leg straight and a little twist. You can feel, again, maybe a lengthening and a stretch in your left side body. And then unwind and switch. Reach the left hand to the right shin. Feel a nice lengthening. You can even like pull yourself so you feel a scrunching of the left side body. Feel it in your side, your hip. Good, and then unwind and lower your knees to all fours. And just move through some cow cats. And as you do, just kind of work your side body a little bit in both poses. Kind of loosening things up. You can loosen the shoulders. Good. And then pause with a flat back. Extend the left arm up and sweep it underneath for thread the needle. Feel a different kind of stretch. You can come up on right fingertips. And if you're really feeling like you want to, you can extend the right leg out to the side as well. It's a different kind of side body stretch, a twisting one. One more breath. And come on in and up, and we'll switch. Now extend the right arm and thread the needle. Come up on left fingertips if that feels good to you, and if you want to, you can extend the left leg out. Just breathe into it. And please unwind. Now, in all fours position, just kind of want you to really set your shoulder girdle like we've worked on in the past. So think rib cage back, shoulder blade set and broadening. Feel the hands really engaged, all parts. Curl the toes under, lift the knees just a little bit. And then pick your right hand up, tap your left shoulder, and then switch, left hand to right shoulder. Just do that a few times, thinking really long side body and strong side body. When you've had enough, you can stop. I'm gonna do 5 more. Good, and then bring your knees down, move your hands forward, and take downward facing dog. Bend your right leg. Just take a moment to feel that. Feel the length in the side body and the strength. Everything's set. And then bend your right knee and bring it towards your left elbow. Crossover. Good. Extend it. 2 more times like that. Crossover, left elbow. 1 more time. And bring the foot down. Take a child's pose. Just get off to your hands for a moment. As you're working through the poses today, I just want you to really think about it in relationship to your side body. So if you have your shoulders set, you're keeping the curve or the length in your spine. It should feel like a really nice stretch on the side body. So let's come on up to down dog and do the other side. Extend the left leg and just take a moment there to feel that pose. Feel like you're super set in your spine. And then 3 times you're just gonna bend the knee, bring it to the right elbow, and extend it back. Noticing the side body. Last time. Stand it up and bring the foot down. And then slowly walk your feet to your hands till you come to a forward fold. Make sure your feet are as wide as your hips. And just enjoy a moment in forward fold. Oh, is she biting your hair? She does that to me all the time. Good. And then bend your knees, bring your hands on your knees and push on up to standing. Like, where are you going? Stand in your best Tadasana. Feet at least hip distance. We're just going to do a little side bending here. So stretch your arms up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. And arc. Thinking everything's set. I just want to feel it in my right side body. Let your hips sway a little bit to the right. And come on back up and switch. Just take your time, thinking really long spine. I'm going to scrunch up the right side of my body and lengthen out the left side, maybe sway the hips a little more. And then come on back up. Now interlace your palms in front of you. Stretch your palms forward and stretch up. Now it won't be as deep as bends, but you're going to bend to your right. Gain length and then up and over to the left. And back up. And stretch your arms up and bring hands to heart center. And we're going to do a few sun salutes. So if you want to use blocks, you can have them handy. I'm going to try it without today. Oh, Artie, she's really enjoying you. So inhale, stretch your arms up. Feel the length, feel the connection, even open your heart a little bit. And then on your next exhale, fold forward. Pranam. And please fold. Step your left foot back to deep lunge. And just take a moment there just to kind of check your alignment, feel everything. Bring your right hand to your thigh, a little twist to the right. And if you want to, you can extend the arm. Just feel the pose in relation to your side body. So in this pose, I want you to feel both side body nice and long. Good. And then touch down. Lower the back knee now. And shift your hips back, flex the front foot and stretch back. Hanuman prep or runner's lunge, whatever you like to call it. Feel a baby bend in the knee. Feel your hips square, but yet your spine long. Trying to keep a little curve in the low back. Good, bend it back into the front knee. Lift the back knee and step back, down dog. What is she? Is she licking your mat? Sorry. Good, come forward to plank and lower to the mat. Stretch your feet long and find cobra pose. And just kind of feel that in relation to the side body. So how can you make the side body feel super long, the spine super long? And lower down. Downward facing dog. Oh my gosh. Extend the left leg and big step through. to deep lunge. If you need to help it up there, please do. Take your time, just looking at your deep lunge, thinking long side body. And then if you want to do the twist, left hand to the thigh, rib cage is set, hips are set, open up, deep lunge twist. Both sides of the body, nice and long. Link through the top of the head. Good, open and close, or touch down. Lower the back knee and stretch your hips back, flex your foot. Artemis, here, kid. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Come here. Leave her man alone. Okay. One more breath. Then back into the front knee. Lift the back knee and please step forward. Uttanasana. Next, inhale, pranam. Exhale, hold. And inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Can you believe how fat this cat is? I know, I can barely lift you. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back first, deep lunge. Lower your back knee this time. Take your time coming on up, Anjane Asana. Feel super set in the lower body. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Think lengthen that side, but keep the rib cage set. Shoulders on the back and arc to your left. Keep the hips square, left hip crease moving back. Good. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Now we're just going to go to a little twist. So right elbow to left knee. Feels long in both sides of the body now. Whereas when we did the arcing, felt different. Just notice the difference. And unwind. And touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Get your nice, strong power dog. Come forward to plank. If you want to, one shoulder tap in plank. Good. And then lower to the mat. Inhale, come to cobra. Oh, she's coming back to you now. Exhale, back down. Downward facing dog. I think so. Extend the left leg. Step it through, deep lunge. Oops. Is that what we just did? No. Yeah, it is. Sorry. Right leg and step it through. First mistake I've made in a long time. Lower the back knee. Stretch up. Anjane, just noticing the low body. Grab the left wrist. Think long spine, connected spine, and arc to your right. Scrunch up the right side. Lengthen out the left side. Just notice that. See how strong you can feel. A low body. Good. And then stretch back up. Hands to heart center. And twist. This time both sides stay long. Just notice. One more breath. Unwind and touch down. Lift the back knee, step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pranam. And fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center, bend the knees. I almost forgot. Sorry. Utkatasana. And take a moment here to feel weight in all parts of your feet. Feel the long spine. Now you're going to keep both sides of the side body long. Keep a little curve in the low back and twist to your right. Hover the elbow above the knee. Hover, hover, hover. Good. Come back to center. Long side body, both sides. Go to the left. Hover right elbow above the left knee. Good. Come back to center. Touch down, straighten the legs. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Step your left foot back, deep plunge. Find your strength in your foundation. Come up, crescent warrior. Now, if you need to step that left foot forward a little bit and turn the toes out, you can. Otherwise, come to crescent. Same thing we just did. Now, you need to lower the back knee at any point you can. Grab the left wrist with your right hand and just see. Keep both feet grounded and arc to your right. You're going to scrunch up the right side, lengthen out the left. Good. Come back to center. Hands to heart center. Keep everything the same. Both sides long this time. Twist. Elbow to the knee. One more breath. Unwind. Touch down. Well done. Step back, downward facing dog. Now your choice. You can do the vinyasa with me or take a child's pose if you're ready for that. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Or up dog, your choice. Exhale, lower. Plank to down dog. Extend the left leg. Step it through, deep lunge. Take your time, make sure you have width. Come up, crescent warrior. Hips stay square, everything stays connected. Stretch your arms up. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Think really connected core as you arc to your left. Come back to center. Hands to heart center. Twist. Elbow to knee. Can you still feel that back foot super grounded? The arch lifting, long spine, both sides. Left hip crease moving back. Unwind and touch down. And please step forward, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep and rise. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, Utkatasana again. We got to do this because I'm practicing for leg breath. Hands to heart center. Hover above that seat. Twist to the right. You can touch the elbow down if you want. I like to hover because I really feel length in my spine. Come back to center, twist to the left, lengthen the spine. Good, come back to center, touch down, straighten the legs. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back first, and then the left to downward facing dog. Listen carefully, lower your left knee right there. Swivel the foot to the left foot off to the left and ground your right foot down. And then stretch up to this side plank that's a knee supported side plank. Think really connected spine, nice long spine through the top of the head. Bring the arm by the ear, palm facing down. And then if you want a little bit more stretch on that right side body, scrunch up your left side, elevate the ribs on the right side, but with connection. Reach your hand closer to the floor, and then just round down and touch the floor. Come back to all fours, and then downward facing dog. Do that on the other side. So lower the right knee, swivel it to the right, ground the left foot down. So your left foot and your knee are in the same plane, and then stretch up to a little bit of a side plank position. Feel that? And then maybe stretch the arm by the ear, palm facing down, and arc up with your left ribs, scrunch up the right side. Use connection all up and down. So you want to feel really connected, like it's a safe stretch. You still have the curve in the low back. Good. And then come on down. Make your way downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Downward facing dog. Extend the right leg. Step it forward, deep lunge. And then step your left foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, just straight forward fold this time. Pranam. And fold. Step your left foot back and then your right to downward facing dog. Now, step your left foot forward about a third of the way up, swivel both heels to the right, lift the left hand, come to Vasisthasana, different configuration. You can press into that left foot to lift your hips higher, arm by the ear, really feel that stretch. Good, and then touch down. Step back, did that feel good? And then step the right foot forward, swivel both heels to the left, press into the ball of the right foot. That feels, oh, other way, yeah. There you go, there you go. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Yes, lift your hips higher, arm by the ear, palm facing down. Feel the stretch there. Good, and touch down. Step back, down dog, and take a child's pose, everybody. hard to talk people through that one. But it does feel good when you have that support with your foot. You can get a little bit more stretch in the side body. So now we're going to do one last Vasisthasana, and you can choose to lower the knee. You can do the one we just did, or if you want to, you can bring feet side by side and just go, one's on the inside of, well, I'll talk you through. So come on up to down dog. Make sure your feet are a good hip distance apart. I'm going to start like that. So your left hand and left foot are in line, your right hand, your right foot are in line. Swivel both heels to the left. So you're on the outside of the left foot, the inside of the right foot, and then think really strong, long spine. Come up, Vasisthasana. Arm by the ear. If you want to stretch out the side body a little more, make sure your left hand in front of your left shoulder a little bit. Hollow out the armpits. Good, and come on down. Move right into the other side. So from down dog, swivel both heels to the right. Feel like you're trying to get on the bottom of your right foot and actually lift the arch of your left foot. Come into the pose, and then you can always add more stretch by bringing arm by ear, palm towards the floor. Good, and come on out. Either take a breath, either child's pose or vinyasa, your choice. I'm going to do vinyasa. Plank, lower, cobra. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward to deep lunge. Where'd she go? Ground your back foot down and come up to warrior two. And just think of the side body. See if you can get both sides super long and connected. Good, now we're gonna go to Parsvakonasana. So either left elbow to knee if you want, or you can, I like for this variation to bring it to the inside of my ankle. And then I can kind of feel my arm and my knee supporting each other. Now for the side body stretch, bring the arm by the ear. Little curve in the low back. And then maybe scrunch up left side and arc up with the right side. Good, come on back up to warrior two, straighten the front leg. You ready? Triangle pose. Wherever it works for you. Feel both sides of the body nice and long, connected in the spine, and then bring the arm by the ear, palm down. And then if you want to, scrunch up the left side, stretch out the right side. Keep a little curve in the low back. Oh my goodness. Good, and then bend the knee, touch down. Step forward and switch sides. So left foot back, ground it down, warrior two. Take your time. Feel connection in both sides. Left hand to the hip, either right elbow to the knee, or you can reach to the floor if you're feeling open enough. And then think both sides of the body, nice and long, extend the left arm. Rib cage is back, shoulders on the back, hollow out the armpits. Stretch the arm by the ear, palm down. And then if you want more stretch, puff up the left side body. Just go be very subtle with your movement, feeling side body every step of the way. Good. Come back up, warrior two, straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. Take your time feeling that, feeling super long. Feel like everything's connected. And then if you want more stretch, bring arm by the ear. Use the muscles on both sides of the body to feel that left side body stretched. Good, bend the front knee, touch down, turn the heel up, and step back, down dog. And then go ahead and lower your knees. Curl your toes under and walk your hands back and sit on your heels. I know, all of a sudden I'm really hot too. I know why. We've been working hard. Feel everything stretch out. And then come forward. If you're in the middle of your mat, you're good. I'm gonna have you stretch your toes long, and you can either sit on the heels, or if you're wanting to stretch more of the quad, you can sit between the heels. See, I always have to move my calf out of the way to get my knees comfy. It's a Virasana. You can use a block too. Tight quads today. Woo. And then just because I want to, you can go further if you want. Hug the heels in. Just go slow. Maybe come back on your elbows. Don't scoop your tailbone. You can maybe settle in a little more. Lift your heart a little bit. Think long. Connected spine. And then maybe if you're really feeling it, you want more, you can go all the way back, as long as it's not feeling bad in your low back. Side body long. And then just like you got down there, come on back up. Whew. And come forward. Wiggle your ankles a little bit. And then locate your blanket and come to a seated position. Like, oh, I know this part. I like this part where we're down on the floor. Stretch your legs out straight in front of you. I had too much planned for today. So I don't know if we're gonna get to all of it. Bend just your right knee. I'll mirror you. And let's just do a little twist. So right foot and heel is right in front of the right hip or right sits bone. And then bring your right hand behind you. You can hug the knee with your elbow, or if you're really feeling twisty, you can bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. Think long side body, that's the key. Keep the curve, and then maybe twist. Good, unwind. Interlace your hands underneath your foot and stretch that leg up, maybe straighten it a little bit. Think really long and strong side body, both sides. Good, now hang on to the heel with your right hand and move the left hand to the outside of your foot. And then kind of move it off to the side. And then you're gonna bring your right hand in and ground it down. Whoa. And then think long spine and lengthen out. This is sundial pose. Good. And then unwind. There's easier ways to get into that, but let's switch sides. Left hand behind you. You can either hug the knee or bring it to the outside, depending on how you're feeling. But do think long side body, long spine, all the way through the top of the head. Keep the curve, and then twist. Hopefully you can feel really good because you have all that length in your spine. Good, come back to center, interlace underneath, and stretch up. Crack, crack, crack with my knee. Now just ask yourself, maybe I'll have to keep that knee bent. Hold the heel so that you can bring the right hand to the outside. And then bring this, you're gonna have to bend the knee a little bit so you can get the hand down, and then re-straighten and come to sundial pose. Yeah. Feel it in your side body. Good, and unwind. Go ahead and transition to your back. You can have to move a little bit, sweetheart. She's so proud of herself for coming down here. Yes. Bend your arms up over your head. Allow your hands to come apart a little bit so you can feel a little more relaxed in your arms. And then walk your heels to the right. And then walk your hands to the right so you feel like a crescent bend on the floor. So you have to scrunch up the right side of your body, lengthen out the left side. Hopefully it feels good. Nothing comes off the floor. It's just a side bend. Good, and then come back to center and switch. The heels walk to the left and come to the left. Feel the curve in the low back. Feel the length in the right side of the body. Good, and then come back to center. Hug your knees in. Roll side to side. Bring the feet flat. Hands by your hips. Just a little Setu Bandha. So you're going to bring the feet right under the knee so you feel good and steady through all parts of your feet. Feel nice and long in your side body. Shoulder blades on the back. And then press into your feet with your hips. Setu Bandha. Can you feel any longer the sides of your body? You want to, you can interlace the hands. And then come on down. Bring the feet up just slightly, arms to cactus, flex the feet. And we're going to come to a lying down twist. But I want you to go all the way. So think long side body, both sides, keep the curve, active legs, and roll to your right hip so the knees come all the way down. Keep the left shoulder down. Just pause there. Oh, she's tickling her. Oh, Artie, you're something else, aren't you? Just turn that off. Good, and then bring them up and over to the other side. and unwind. Go ahead and stretch out for Shavasana. Then when you're in bright sunlight, there's parts of you that are in the dark. Imagine sun shining on you as you lay, illuminating your top side. But on the underside, there's a lot of shadows, darkness. Imagine going into that darker space. Allowing yourself to relax into that dark side. Mine is a multicolored life. It is rich in its differences, rewarding in its rich and variable components. My friendships, my interests, travels, and my pursuits bring me a world of variety, a wealth of differing goods. While grounded in my individual life, I am privileged to share the colorful lives of many. My explorations culturally, intellectually, and spiritually bring me the riches from many horizons, the bounty of many lands. I embrace diversity in my life. I accept it, invite it, and enjoy it. Noticing your breath. Draw the light, full breath in to the darkness. Send the used breath back out to the light. Just beginning to feel all the places that you're touching the ground. Imagine slightly separating, moving away from it. Begin to move in small ways. When you're ready, you can draw knees in and roll to the right side. And push on up to seated. Take your time. Please bring hands to heart center. I bow to the beauty and the light and the dark in each of you. Namaste. Even in you, Carney. She was really enjoying this yoga class, weren't you, Art? Sorry if she's got you all allergic. Yeah. Thanks, Laura.
Thanks, Lisa.
Have a great day, okay? Stay
You too.
cool.
On a mat too.
Okay. Yeah, I know, I was too.
I enjoyed
Right.
seeing.
Oh, yeah, I know. She's fun, isn't she? I can't believe she made it down here. Bye now.
Bye.